Hello everyone, how are you all doing? And welcome to Labelia's Coloring. This is part 3 and the final video for my collection of completed coloring pages. I'm starting with The Night Voyage by Darius Song. There is no completed pages in here, but I wanted to go ahead and show you what I'm working on in this book. This will be a year-long whip. I plan to have it finished by Christmas. So I'm working on these 2 pages with Crayola colored pencils, and I'm using a white Signo gel pen to line the leaves in the background. So this is how it's supposed to look throughout the walls. And I plan on the presents to use washi tape. So I'll be working on this spread little by little throughout the year. And now we'll continue with the rest of the collection. This is the Japanese coloring book Color Me, and the illustrator is Yuk Nakamura. And the page I colored in here was for a safari color along, and I colored it with Caran d'Ache Pablos and Tombow Erosion. The background part I colored with Sakura Kopi pencils, which is the Japanese version of our Crayola crayons. And I don't know if it's better than the Crayola crayons, but it colored nicely for the background. So this is Color Me by Yuk Nakamura. This is Camilla D'Erico's Pop Manga coloring book. And the first page I colored is the title page. I colored it with Mitsubishi Uni colored pencils, and I also used Gansai Tambi pearl colors for the eggs. See, and I think the gold, oh no, pearl colors on her shoes also. And then I'm thinking it's the white jelly roll. And I also use Zig Clean Color Real Brush for the grass. And the next page I colored in this book, this one. I colored it with Faber-Castell Polychromos and Caran d'Ache Neo Color 2 for the background. And I also added Kuretake Gansai Tambi pearl colors for shimmer in the background also, and for the unicorn horn. So those are the 2 I colored in this book, in Camilla D'Erico's Pop Manga coloring book. This is Fairies and Dreamland, an artist coloring book by Denise Klett. I colored the title page with Prismacolor Premieres. And you can tell I really struggle with the top part, trying to blend it. I blended it with, what are those called? The colorless blender. And yeah, that's how it came out. But it's okay. It's a learning experience. So this is the first page I colored in this book. And then the second page I colored is this one, and I colored it with Polychromos the Faber-Castell Polychromos, and the background is soft pastel. And the next page I colored in this book. I colored with Koh-i-Noor Polycolor and Prismacolor Premier and the Faber-Castell Polychromos. Also soft pastel for the sky and white Posca for the stars and her wings. And the last one I colored in this book is this one. I think it was for a color along where you use all the shades of red, and I used Faber-Castell Polychromos and soft pastel for the background. So this is Fairies and Dreamland, an artist coloring book by Denise Klett. This is Romantic Country, a fantasy coloring book by Irie. I just colored the introduction page, and I colored it with Prismacolor Premier and soft pastel for the background. And then the next page I colored in this book is this page, and it'll probably look familiar because I followed Julie from Julie's Passion for Coloring. Her color along for this page, and that is it for this book. And for some reason I skipped over the second tale, so this is Romantic Country, the third tale, a fantasy coloring book by Irie. And the page I colored here was for Halloween, I think 2017. I colored the background with Neo Color 2. And then the rest is with Prismacolor Premiers and Posca for the webs and for the sign and the moon and the stars. So this was a fun page to color. And that's it for the Romantic Country books. So this is the third tale by Irie. This is Johanna Basford's Enchanted Forest, an Inky quest and coloring book. This is the first book I got of Johanna Basford's, and this is actually the second page I colored with Prismacolor Premier. And this is the first page I colored. I bought this book along with the 48 count Prismacolor Premier, so I was playing around with the pencils and just wanted to lay down colors. And that's it. That's all I colored for Enchanted Forest, and it's because I bought another book, the Secret Garden coloring book. So in this book, this is a whip. I was coloring it with Staedtler fine liners, and this is the first double spread I finished. And I started this when I was pregnant with my youngest son, and it took me a long time to finish. I started it when I was like about 4 or 5 months pregnant, and then I didn't finish it until like my son was about 6 or 7 months old. So yeah, this took a really long time, but I'm very proud of it because it's my first double spread. So yeah, so that's Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. And this is Johanna Basford's Lost Ocean, an Inky adventure and coloring book. I colored the nameplate page with Prismacolor Premiere, and this was back in 2016. And I think at the time, I just got my 150 set of Prismacolor Premiere and was trying to use the colors to blend it out. So I was using like 3 or 4 different colors for this turquoise. Remember that because I also did these 2 pages. I really like how it came out. I like the bright, vibrant colors. And I didn't get to color anymore in these books again because it just really intimidated me. But, you know, looking at it now, again, it looks like it would be a nice challenge. So hopefully, maybe sometime this year, I can get back to the Johanna Basford's books. So this is Lost Ocean, an Inky adventure and coloring book. And this is Johanna Basford's Magical Jungle, an Inky expedition and coloring book. This was a present from my son, who went with my husband and bought it at Costco for me. This is when Costco was selling Johanna Basford's books. And the only page I colored in here was this one, and it was to play with Derwent ink tints. So I was trying out the color combinations I could use, and you can see it kind of muddied up over here because I think I was using too many colors, or yeah. Anyways, so that's Magical Jungle by Johanna Basford. And here's the next book from Johanna Basford. It's Johanna's Christmas. I colored the nameplate page with Prismacolor Premiere and some Sakura Jelly Roll for the details. And this was back from 2016, I believe. Yeah, it's right there. And the next page I colored is the Gingerbread House. I colored this with Derwent ink tints and Ammonia Soft Pastel and a little bit of glitter. I think it's from the gel pens on the top. And on the orange slices. And then the last page I colored is the Rocking Horse. I colored this with Prismacolor Premieres and Tombow Erogitens. The black that you see here is all Staedtler fine liners, and there's also Sakura Jelly Rolls on the, are these mistletoes? Yeah. So that is Johanna's Christmas. Here is another one of Johanna Basford's coloring book called Ivy and the Inky Butterfly, A Magical Tale to Color. I colored the first page with Prismacolor Premieres, Holbein's, Faber-Castell Polychromos, and Staedtler fine liners. And then on the next page, colored the introduction and the nameplate page. I colored them with the Black Widow colored pencils and Sakura Kopi pencils for the background. a little bit of background. And it looks like probably white jelly roll, Sakura jelly roll, and metallic pens. And then one more page in this book. Colored this heart. And it's colored with Faber-Castell Polychromos and Holbein Artist Colored Pencil and Sakura Jelly Roll. Here. So this is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford. And the final book by Johanna Basford, World of Flowers, a coloring book and floral adventure. I'm currently working on the title page, and I'm coloring it with Crayola colored pencils. They work really nicely here. And then the page I finished in this book is this one. I believe this page was given for free by Johanna Basford on her website for a contest. I was thinking of entering it, but I'm too slow of a colorist that I just wanted to color it because I got inspired to do a rainbow theme with the pencils and then and the flowers. So it's all colored with Prismacolor Premier, and the background is Manga Soft Pastel. I framed it with Black Posca, and the butterfly I painted it in with the Colero Pearl colors. So that's Johanna Basford's World of Flowers. This is Kirby Rosanna's Imagimorphia, an Extreme Coloring and Search Challenge. And you can see I bought it at Walmart. So the first page I colored is this one. And in this page I was again playing with Derwent Inktense, having fun, just laying colors and not bothering with no palettes or anything. And it crinkled the back a little bit, but I was thinking of just putting acrylic paint on this page around the illustration. So, and the only page I colored here is a double spread, and it's the rabbits. And I colored it with, the background is apple barrel acrylic paint. I used Prismacolors on the rabbits and the mushrooms and some of the details, and Polychromos for the greenery. And then I also put, I think it's white Posca for like the butterflies, the mushrooms. So this turned out nicely. So this is Imagimorphia by Kirby Rosannas. Okay, I have to apologize if you can hear the television or my son in the background. So this is Kirby Rosannas' Mythomorphia, an Extreme Coloring and Search Challenge. The only page I colored in here is a double spread. It's the nymphs in the forest. And I colored them with Prismacolor Premier. And the greenery here is again Faber-Castell Polychromos, and I used metallic gel pens on the jewelry, on the nymphs. So this is silver one, and I used gold one on this side. And I also used the white Uniball signal on her hair. So I'm really happy of the outcome of this page. I had an image in my head that I wanted the background to look like, and I'm just really glad that I was able to portray it on the page. So this is Mythomorphia by Kirby Rosanis. This is the Flower Year coloring book by Layla Dooley. I also colored only one page in this book, and it's for the month of July, and I used all polychromos. This is Fairy Tales, a coloring book by Emily Lytle Oberg. I started the title page with the Holbein Artist colored pencils. This is when I first received the Holbeins as a gift from my husband for Mother's Day, I believe. Either Mother's Day or birthday. Still planning to finish this. It's still a work in progress. And then the page I colored in here is, I think it's a weasel. Sleeping weasel. And I colored it with Prismacolor Premieres. And Sakura white jelly roll around the flowers. And metallic gel pen on the scarf. And that's all I colored in here. And the next book by Emily Lytle Hall Oberg is Sagar och Sagner. And I believe it's translated Fairy Tales and Stories. I colored this page with Neocolor 2s in the background, and then you can see I tried to darken it up more with polychromos, the black polychromos, and everything else is colored with polychromos too. So that's Sagar och Sagner by Emily Lytle Hall Oberg. This is Vivi, Söker, and Vänner, illustrated by Maria Trolle. I believe it's translated Vivi visits her friends. And this is the page I colored in this book. I colored the sky with Manga Soft Pastel, and everything else is a base of Durant Ink Tints and then Durant Color Soft on top. Also added stickles for glitter on her tail and on the flowers, on the butterfly. And I know my bird looks like a penguin, but it's okay. And I know I put some white jelly roll, but I think it turned pink because of the red. So that is Vivi, Söker, and Vänner by Maria Trolle. This is Twilight Garden, illustrated by Maria Trolle. I colored the first page here and the nameplate page with Faber-Castell Polychromos. And the second page, I colored with Prismacolor Premieres, this flower mandala. And on this page, the Sleeping Fox, I colored with the Derwent Color Soft and with the white Uniball Signo gel pen on the flowers. So this is Twilight Garden, illustrated by Maria Trolle. This is another book illustrated by Maria Trolle called Skymningstimman. I don't remember what the translated title is in English, but the page I colored in here were these two birds, and they were colored with Faber-Castell Polychromos with Uniball, the white Uniball Signo pen in this area. So this is Skymningstimman, illustrated by Maria Trolle. This is Daydreams, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. And I colored the title page with the Mitsubishi Uni colored pencils and white Posca on the little dots on it. And I also colored the nameplate page. And it is colored with Prismacolor Premiere colored pencils with white Posca dotted along the background and excuse me, and on the mushrooms. The next page I colored is this page, and it was a Crayola challenge, crayons challenge. And this page I colored for Always Coloring from Instagram and YouTube, Katrine, as a tribute to her. It is colored with Faber-Castell Polychromos Tombow Erogitin with Mongyo Soft Pastel for the background. I also used the Coliro Pearl colors on the ribbon and glitter gel pens on the wings of the bee, and also white Posca all around the background. And then one more page. I believe this was for one of Always Coloring, Katrine's color along. I colored it with Mitsubishi Uni, and I used the Kuretake Gansai Tanbi, the starry gold set on the fish, and then white Posca for the background also. So this is Daydreams, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. This is Summer Nights, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. I colored the little illustration on the title page, and it's colored with Faber-Castell Polychromos and with metallic gel pens and white Uniball Signo for the details. And the other page I colored in this book is the title page, or the nameplate page. And it is colored with Mitsubishi Uni colored pencils and the Tombow Eroshitens. I also used a gold metallic gel pen on the key. And then for the beads and some of the details on the birds, I used the Kuretake Gansai Tambi starry colors and the pearl colors. And you can see I colored the pearls first to add a little shade, and then I added the pearl color on top to give it shimmer. And then along the flowers, I used the white Uniball Signo pens. So this is Summer Nights, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. This is another book illustrated by Hannah Carlzon, and I only colored the title page, the little frog in the jewelry box. And he is colored with the Faber-Castell Polychromos and with metallic gel pens, the green here, and then the white Uniball Signo. So this is Magical Dawn, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. This is another book illustrated by Hannah Carlzon called Tidevarv. The English version is called Seasons. I also colored the title page with Faber-Castell Polychromos and a little bit of the red gel pen. I think it's like a shimmer or glitter. That's the title page. And the page I colored in this book was colored with Holbein Artist Colored Pencils. And the background is Prismacolor Premieres. I also used white Posca. There were dots along the background. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be like stars, but I colored it as fireflies. And the little houses, I was inspired by this little neighborhood in this town next to mine called Paulsville. And they have this neighborhood where the homes are, it's like pastel colored homes. So one is yellow, the next one's blue, or they have like a muted red. And yeah, it's a really picturesque neighborhood. So I was inspired by that. And so this is Tidevarv Seasons, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. And this is the latest book illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. I'm not even going to try to say the title, but it's also, the English translation is Jewelry Box. And I've only done one page, which is the title page also. And it is also colored with Faber-Castell Polychromos with Uniball, the white Uniball Signo. So this is Jewelry Box, illustrated by Hannah Carlzon. This will be the last book of my collection of completed coloring pages. So this is Karovny Lahodnosti, illustrated by Klara Markova. The English translation, I believe, is Magical Delights. I colored the title page, and it is colored with Derwent Colorsoft. I also added the Wink of Stella on the hat, and I think also in this little puff, and then also on the mushroom. On the butterflies, I used the At You Speaka glitter pens, and they did shadow through a little bit on the other side. But good thing this book is one-sided. So this is my title page. And then this is the latest one that I colored or completed. And I colored it with the Holbein Artist colored pencils and the Caran d'Ache Luminance. Nothing else added. So I want to thank you again for watching my collection of completed coloring pages. You can also see my completed works on Instagram under Lavelia's Coloring. I'll also put my name down below in the descriptions so you can find me on Instagram. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I plan to make more coloring related videos, so I hope you come back to visit. Also, if you can give me a quick like and or a comment, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all again, and until next time, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.